turn the key, make sure it's out of gear first, turn the key, nothing happens. Perfect time to talk about one of my favorite pet peeves, hot wiring a car in movies, how they always just rip the steering column wiring out, touch two wires together, nice little spark, and then once the engine's starting or started, they twist the wires together. So that's definitely not the way things work. Yes, older cars are easy to bypass in terms of getting it started, but the other thing is, because you don't have a key, oops, steering wheel just locked, so you can't even turn the steering wheel. Even if you were to get the car started, you still need a key so that you can turn the steering wheel. But anyways, so the idea of touching two wires together to crank the vehicle, make sure it's out of gear. On these older cars, or on most cars, you can tell which one is for the starter. It's the beefier wires. So all you do is you bridge those two together. Don't know if you can hear, but the starter is turning. So now what? And you saw me holding it together. So the whole time I'm holding it, the starter turns. So why would you want to twist those wires together and then have the starter cranking the whole time? So that's the first mistake. And you still need to have power to the instrument cluster. So this red wire needs to be bridged to this black wire. So now you have instrument cluster operation as well as power to the ignition coil, and then you still need to bridge the starter to get it started. So then you touch the starter wire to the ignition circuit. Engine just started and it's idling. But if I leave this starter wire attached, the starter is going to spin the whole time. You're going to burn out the starter. So anyways, this car needs a ignition switch, but I just thought I'd share that Hollywood jump-starting, stealing a car is not realistic, and thankfully it isn't, because otherwise more cars would get stolen. And newer cars have chips in the key. I can even take this key out, it doesn't do anything, but the steering wheel is locked. But what I was going to say, newer cars, they have chips in the keys, anti-theft alarm system, way too many things to bypass. Stealing modern cars is not that easy, unless you have all the stuff, you know, the radio frequency signal capturer that'll capture the radio chip frequency. But even then, like I said, steering wheel usually locks if you don't have either a key. And the modern cars with the push buttons, yeah, I don't know, it just gets too involved. Enough rambling. In order to shut it off, you just pull the wire out. But this guy is getting an ignition switch. I might get the joy of doing it, so this might turn into a part 2.